Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. As promised, today's video is going to be another makeup stash video. I know this video is going up a little late. I said in my last makeup stash, which was my eyeshadow palette collection, I will link that video down below for you guys to watch. But in that video, I mentioned that I will be posting this video in about a week from that video, and that didn't really happen. This video is going up a little late. I'm very sorry for that, but I am here today to get this up for you guys. So this is where I keep my eyeshadow palette, and I already filmed the video showing you guys every single one of my eyeshadow palettes. But today we're going to be going through my smaller eyeshadow palettes, which I have on the side here, and then all of my single eyeshadows. So let's just get right on into it. Okay, so the first quad I have right here is from Annabelle. This is their eyeshadow quad in the shade Java Jive, and it comes with 4 eyeshadows. This was one of the very first eyeshadow little palettes I had, and I used it so much, as you guys can tell. I have not used this in the longest time. Looking back, I used to love this palette and I used to think it's such great quality, but now I have things that are way more pigmented, way easier to blend than this, so I never reach for this anymore. I have this e.l.f. eyeshadow quad. This is in the shade Rio de Janeiro. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would have seen my first impressions on the e.l.f. kit I tried out, which came with this palette, and that was such a fail video. This is one of the worst palettes I've ever tried. It would not blend, it would not apply nicely, there was fallout everywhere, so yeah, I have not reached for this palette since. I just keep it around for reference and stuff, but I never use it. We have a ton of little eyeshadow palettes from Wet n Wild. The first one I have here is from their Fantasy Makers line, which is more of their like Halloween line, and this is in the shade Pal Pop Diva. It's actually a cream glitter eyeshadow palette. I did a review on their Fantasy Makers line. I can link that video down below for you guys, and this palette was alright. I do recommend their single glitters, which I'll get to in a moment, but the palette just wasn't as pigmented. The glitters are more chunky, they're harder to work with. So yeah, it's not my favorite cream glitter palette. And then more limited edition type items. I have 2 of their Stay Wild eyeshadow palettes, and honestly I don't even know why I keep these around anymore. These suck like so badly. These came out 2 years ago as their Christmas lines, and they have like Christmas names and stuff. This one's in the shade Rapper's Delight. It's more of a blue tone cool palette, and this one is Freestyle Wrap. Very pretty shade selections and all, but they completely suck. I did do a video on these way back when. It was one of my very first videos. I wouldn't go back and watch that. But basically all I did in that video was try these eyeshadows out, and they did suck. They were terrible. I would not recommend them. Like, let me just show you. So this first shade right here, it's literally like sandpaper. Like, not even kidding. Straight up sandpaper. So yeah, I did not enjoy these 2. But some palettes from Wet n Wild that I did enjoy, and luckily these are part of their permanent collection. I feel like Wet n Wild's limited edition stuff isn't as good as their permanent collection, so these 2 eyeshadow palettes right here that I'm about to talk about are really good. This first one is a trio. This is their Walking on Eggshells palette, and it comes with 3 really nice neutral everyday shades. I really like this palette if you're just starting out with makeup, or even if you're an expert and just want a really natural palette for everyday wear. I would highly recommend this. It comes with 3 shades that you could build very simple looks with. The eyeshadows are super pigmented and have this nice sheen to them, as you can see right here. Very creamy, very blendable, just great quality in this little trio right here. And then something at the other end of the spectrum. This is the Art in the Streets palette. I picked this up when I did like a rainbow eye tutorial, which turned out really cool actually. And it comes with 5 shades, really vibrant eyeshadows right here. They're really pigmented, a little more on the powdery side, so make sure you tap off your brush if you're using a palette like this. And I would do your eyes first, since they are such vibrant colors. You are gonna experience fallout with this, and it could ruin your face makeup. But all in all, if you're looking for an inexpensive, colorful eyeshadow palette, I would recommend this. Now I have 2 eyeshadow palettes from LA Colors, and I bought these when I did a dollar store finds on them. This is in the shade Almost Nude, and this is their 6-color eyeshadow palette. The shade selection in here is actually really pretty. I was so excited about some of these olivey shades, but this palette just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. The colors weren't as pigmented as I wanted them to be, so I don't reach for this. I just reach for other palettes that can deliver more pigment. And then this is their 6-color eyeshadow palette in the shade Traditional. Now this was definitely better quality than the 6-color, eyeshadow palette, but this one wasn't the best I've ever tried either. I really like the shade selection with all the warm tones. I just reached for like my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills over this because the quality is just better in that one. But yeah, I don't really reach for these LA Colors palettes. And then I have this right here from Essence. This is the All About Sunrise eyeshadow palette. Now they don't actually make this anymore, but this used to be one of my all-time favorite palettes. As you can see, I used it a ton, but the pigment in here is actually really nice. Like, look at that. They're so creamy and pigmented and more of a foiled look to them. I wish they still made these because I feel like their new eyeshadow palettes aren't that good. If you guys want a review on their new eyeshadow palettes, I can do that for you guys because I just picked some of them up. But yeah, this one used to be a really, really big favorite of mine. Now we have some more high-end little palettes. These 3 are from Lancome, and I have to say I don't like these very much. This one right here is Ombre Mono Effects Sensational Eyeshadows, and this one comes with 4 shades. This one right here is Daylight, this is Kitten Heel, this nude right here is Glaze, and then the matte brown is Guest List. When I saw this, I was really excited for this one shade right here, but it's not that great. They don't blend very well. They're not as pigmented as I'd like them to, so I've only used this like a couple of times. Then this one has 5 shades. So the very top one right here is All Over Base. The bottom one is Liner Contour. This one right here is Lid. The middle one is Crease, and the furthest one is Highlighter. It's a nice little palette. This one is definitely way better than the other one I showed you. You get some really nice plum shades in here, but the problem I have with this is the pan size to me is so small that I can't really get my brush in it, especially this crease shade right here. So I just don't end up reaching for this. And then the last one right here is another Ombre Effects Sensational Eyeshadow, and we have the same shade Daylight right here, which is that matte white. Then we have Makeover, which is this pink shade right here. The black is the new black, and then this brown shade is Click. This I don't like at all. It's probably my least favorite out of the 3 Lancome palettes I have. There's just, you don't get any pigment out of these, and they're just chalky, and I'm not a fan. I would honestly go with some of the Wet n Wild palettes I showed you guys, like their Walking on Eggshells palette. You can get way better quality for a way less price than these Lancome ones. I have these 2 single eyeshadows from Wet n Wild. One is in the shade Creme Brulee, and I use this every day actually to set my eyelids. It's one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows just to set my eyeshadow primer down. And then I have this one in the shade Cheeky, and it's just a nice purple with a sheen. And then I have 3 of these Wet n Wild glitters, and these were the ones I was talking about that I would get instead of getting their Fantasy Makers glitter palettes. These are just more pigmented. I feel like they're easier to use. They have a better formula. I have the shades Spiked, which is this beautiful silver shade right here. Then I have the shade Brass, which is this gold. How pretty is that? And then this one's in the shade Bleached, which is more of an white with some iridescent shimmer throughout it. It's really pretty. I have this Essence Metal Glam eyeshadow in the shade Sugar Mint Candy. I want to do like a summer tutorial with this or something because I think it's a really pretty shade. And then I have some loose pigments right here from LA Colors. These are the shimmering loose eyeshadow pigments, and they come with a little brush that I would not recommend using. This one's in the shade Sunshine. and this one's in the shade Grape Jelly. These are okay. They do have a lot of fallout. I would recommend using these with like a mixed medium to make them more of a liquid eyeshadow, if that makes sense, because then they look really pretty, but on their own they don't really wow me that much. Next I have this single eyeshadow from Rimmel. This is in the shade All About That Base, and it's a nice color. I love the taupiness in it. It's easy to work with and stuff. I just find it a little chalky for my liking, but you can still make it work. Just tap off your brush before using it. I have a single eyeshadow from the Body Shop. This is in the shade Color Crush, and this was one of my first ever eyeshadows, and looking back at it, this is not good at all. So I would honestly just skip on the Body Shop eyeshadows, because they are like $12 a piece, so pretty up there in price, and I would just go with something like this from Milani, which I'm going to talk about next. These are their Bella eyeshadows. I have this one in the shade Bella Purple, number 15, and look how pretty that purple is right there. I have this one in the shade Bella Cappuccino 03. This is my all-time favorite shade. I use this on a regular basis, just putting some in my crease. It's really beautiful. And then we have Bella Espresso, which is more of a cool tone brown shade. Bella Charcoal is really nice if you're doing a smoky eye. It's just like a charcoal gray. Really nice all over the lid for a really intense smoky eye. And then the last shade I own is Bella Navy, which is such a gorgeous blue. I still want to do a tutorial with this, but all in all, these Milani eyeshadows are amazing, pigmented, creamy, blend out amazing. I would highly recommend them. Alright, and now I have some pressed pigments. These are from Hard Candy. These came in like a set, and this was their Slow and Steady set. It comes with a nice champagne light shade and then a brown. These are actually really good eyeshadows. They're really pigmented, and yeah, I do like these. We have the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. I have this one in the shade Amber Rush, which is actually what I'm wearing on my lid right now. It's such a gorgeous color. As you guys can see, I actually did mention these in my January favorites. They're some of my all-time favorite single eyeshadows. I have the shade Flashback Silver, which is a silver with a purple undertone. And then I have Eternal Sunshine, which is one of my favorite golds of all time. And then this one in the shade Glistening Garnet, which is just a gorgeous maroon shade. So highly recommend these as well. We have some e.l.f. eyeshadows. This is the e.l.f. Baked eyeshadow in the shade Enchanted. It's a gold shade with this pinky undertone. Really beautiful on the eyes. I would recommend using their baked eyeshadows wet though. I also have a custom eyeshadow from them, which is actually still in the box. This is in the shade Pink Ice, and it's just a pan. I have not used this yet, so I can't really tell you guys if I like it or not, but let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments if you've tried these out. More from e.l.f. I have two of their smudge pots. These are technically like cream eyeshadows. This one in the shade Cruising Chic used to be one of my favorites. It's still a gorgeous color. I just don't reach for it that much anymore. You guys can see how much I used out of it. And then this one's in the shade Pearls of Wisdom, which is just a white sheen. And then a similar product is the Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is in the shade Bad to the Bronze. This is such a beautiful bronzy shade. It's really nice if you're creating a taupe type bronzy eye look. Then I have three eyeshadows from ColourPop. These are like a cream and powder mix type formula. I have the shade Cricket, which is a really cool color. It's a purple with gold reflex in it. Then I have the shade Rex, which I still want to do a tutorial with this shade because it's gorgeous. It's like a blue with purple and green shimmer, and it's such a stunning shade. And then one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows in general is Sequin. Like, can we just appreciate how gorgeous this eyeshadow is? It's stunning. So that's it for my single eyeshadows and smaller eyeshadow palettes video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it wasn't the most interesting video. I don't have that many or like a certain like collection of eyeshadows. It's just kind of random eyeshadows I've collected throughout the years. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.